guys, Amanda here. Today I'd like to show you a little bit about how I prepare for school in the morning before we start our day. Now, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. We are a big homeschooling family with 8 children. They are all boys and they range from teenagers all the way down to a baby that's 6 months old. So we are pretty busy all the time. I'm a former elementary school teacher and now I homeschool my children. I create educational materials for my children and then I share them with all of you so that you can use them with your kiddos as well. Today's video, we are going to go through we have a schoolroom in our house. I'm going to show you kind of what I just do really quick in the morning to get us ready before we start our day. Here we go. Okay, so this is our schoolroom and I've actually made a few changes to it since the last time I did a video. I added some like high chairs here because I'm always changing things to make things better to work for our family. I change things all the time and I think that's a good thing because you gotta, work with what you got and change things up. So my little ones kept climbing on the table and grabbing pens and papers and all of the little manipulatives that we use for our activities. So I put these 2 little chairs here for those 2 little ones who are getting into everything. That way they could sit here, they could color, they can practice and play with little things while I'm doing schooling with some of the other kids, and then we switch off. And this is our table. So anyways, but this video was to show you what I do in the mornings. So in the mornings, I tend to come over here. Now, again, I've changed things up. Do you see these 2 bags here? I had at the beginning of the year, I had a big basket with some of the things that we use. And I changed it out for a bag because my toddlers were getting into the basket and getting into all of our stuff. So I really like Vera Bradley bags. It's one of the things that I just love. And so this bag here is called a Vera Bradley Get Carried Away tote. It's a great tote for teachers. And then this other one is the Vera Bradley Vera tote. It's a little bit smaller. And so I just have them sitting here next to the chair where I sit. So I sit in this chair while we're schooling because you see the kids sit around me here. So I sit in that chair and basically what I do in the morning is I'll come over here to our totes. Actually, let me show you this one. So in this one, I'm just keeping, and again, I'm keeping my things in these tote bags because I don't want my toddlers getting into all of our stuff all the time. They're constantly getting into our things. So if I keep them zipped up, some of them can do the zippers and still get into it, but at least if I keep them zipped up, they are less likely to get into it before I can catch them and find out what they are up to. So in here, in this tote, I keep all my teacher things. I'm not going to go through what is all in here, but just to kind of give you an idea of what I have in here, I keep like my homeschool planner in here. Okay, and if you look on my channel, I have a video showing you how I used this homeschool planner this year. It's just a makeshift one that I made myself, and then I print out the pages. I have a printout on my website where you can download the pages that I use. So in the morning, a lot of times before we start school, I may pull out this homeschool planner and just kind of look over our day and what we're going to be doing. So that is in here right next to where I sit when I teach. And then this Get Carried Away tote has all of the stuff that I used to keep in our morning basket and actually a few other things. All right, here's a quick look inside. And if you see, I just have a lot of the stuff that I had in our morning basket. There's a video showing you what the things that I had in that basket. I have a lot of those things, and then I added some more things. Like over here are all of our daily phonics practice things. So I can just take one of these out. This is from my Phonics for Reading program. I could just take one of these out. We can do some phonics fluency, and then I can throw it back in the bag. And it's right next to me. I don't have to go searching around in any cabinets. So all of this kind of just stays here. I don't really have to do anything to it in the morning before we get ready, but I want to show you that it's right here because in the morning we use all of these things and we do some different warm-ups. And so I have everything that I want next to me for our warm-ups, like our math warm-ups and our reading warm-ups, right here in this basket. Now let me show you the more interesting things. Okay, those of you who have seen some of my other videos know that we have these 4 cabinets here in our schoolroom. And I just have some hearts up there that the kids made for Valentine's Day. And the reason they're not like all over the cabinets and they're just in that corner is because, again, my toddlers were ripping them off and doing things to them. So you gotta work with, you gotta do what you can do to keep toddlers from ruining everything. So that's there. All right, so this cabinet here, so what I do in the morning is I come over, I'll take a look in that tote that I showed you, take a look at my lesson plans really quick, and then I'll come over here and grab out the activities. So let me show you that. Okay, so it looks like a mess, but it really isn't. I've kind of changed out this cabinet differently than I had it at the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, I had all their activities in baskets. Now I have them all on trays ready to go. So for example, this section here and this section here are toddler and preschool activities. So right here I have their colors activity that I showed in one of the other videos. Just, you know, sitting here. Up here I have some of the different activities for my older kiddos, like my first grader. So I have all of the activities like on a tray. These trays are empty because we finished the activities that I had on them. So I just kind of stuffed them back in here. But there's another activity there that we have to do. There's another one that we have to do. And then I just have some games that I had pulled out. So what I do is I plan all the activities and then I get everything rounded up together that we need and I put it in here so I can just, in the morning, I will take out like, okay, we're gonna do this activity and this activity and this activity. I'll take those trays out. I'll go ahead and put them on the table over to the side and we're ready to go. So I have this other little table over here in the corner next to this cabinet. So I will take the activities that we're going to do today. They're already all pre-planned. They're in the cabinet, ready to go. I'll take out just the ones we're going to do today, and I'll set them on this table so that way we have them and we're ready to go in the morning. And that's really all I have to do because I pre-plan a lot. So that's pretty much it. So in the morning before school, I check my lesson plans, kind of see what I want to do, come over here, grab the ready, like if we're gonna, I would come over here and I would grab this color activity tray and I would place it right there and we would be ready to go. So it looks kind of like a mess, but it's not because I have everything that we possibly need for each activity on a tray and I can just pull it out. And then that way it's in a cabinet and nobody sees it and the toddlers aren't getting into it when I don't want them to. So if you had shelving and you didn't have a toddler, you could put all of your trays ready to go with your hands-on activities on on shelving and then just take them out one at a time. That'd be the ideal. But since I don't have the ideal because I have a million toddlers and babies and things, this is where they go. So everything that we need, like for example, if you can see here, this activity on this green tray needs these tile letters. So it's right there with the activity. And as we finish the activities, I put the empty trays on top. And then when I go through and need to plan more activities, I have my empty trays ready to go. So like here's an activity that we need to do that obviously uses Play-Doh and some letters, and so it's there. So everything we need for that activity is right there. All right, that's it guys. That is all I do in the mornings. I check my lesson plans, I grab the activities that we need. Oh, also I will show you one other thing really quick. Okay, I am showing you over here on this side of the table. See, there's my chair where I sit. On this side, I have 2 zip around binders. And one is for my second grader and one is for my first grader. And basically this is where I keep any written assignments. And so I have those right here, and I pre-plan all those assignments out and put them in there. So after they do the hands-on activities that I showed you in the cabinet over there, after they do those, then they also, of course, have to do some written work, which is in these 2 binders, and I just keep them here. And again, I ended up getting binders that could zip up so that my little ones could not get to them. So I like to keep them right next to where I sit as well, just so that they're accessible right there. And then again, all of the other things that we need daily are in those bags. And then all of our hands-on activities are already pre-planned in this cabinet. So I don't have to do a ton in the morning when we get started. Most of the time taking is in the planning, when I'm planning out all of these activities and getting the trays ready, and when I am putting all of their written assignments in their binders that are over there. That is what takes the most time. And it really does, it does take me longer than I'd like it to. It's not that time consuming, but it does take me longer than I'd like it to. So, but once all that is done, again, like I showed you, it takes me maybe 3 minutes in the morning to be ready for our day. So, so pre-planning is definitely worth it. Okay guys, that's it. That's how I plan in the morning. It's not a lot. It doesn't take very much time because I pre-plan out all of our activities, hands-on activities, before our day, you know, our week begins. So I set aside a big chunk of time to pre-plan all of those activities, and then that way in the morning I can just kind of look at my lesson plan. I have everything there ready to go, and I have all of the activities in the cabinet ready to just pull out and use. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.